What I'm concerned about is something happening to her.
The rest.
Girl, granny girl. You're scared of her dying from losing weight, but not the copious amounts of fried chicken she just ingested at your house.
We're the 1,000-pound girlies, shaking up the world with a plate or two, serving looks with dessert on deck, confidence big and the vibes perfect.
Fries before guys, that's what the episode is called. We're on episode 2 of 1,000 Pound Sisters. Oh, no. My researcher's saying that's wrong. We are on episode 2 of 1,000 Pound Best Friend. Okay, that's the Family by the Ton. Okay, so what fat show did TLC come up with now? 1,000 Pound Roommate.
Remix in and out for the big belly bitch.
If you haven't seen episode 1, it will be right up here or linked below, but this is the story of Jazz and Nisha, who bonded together not like other girls.
Some girls like to go shopping and some girls do spa days, but us, we bond over the burger.
These ladies have a little more to love.
We're both a little extra.
But Jazz, the significantly bigger one, is needing to lose weight as her mobility is literally that of, less than a 120-year-old turtle.
Seamus! No! Seamus!
Well, not Seamus. Seamus seems like his mobility's doing great. And Nisha, although she's big, she can still move. And their relationship is kind of doing this because Nisha wants to go places and eat more food.
I always like, what can we do? Sometimes we can't.
And Jazz would rather lay in the bed and eat the food. Jazz did a life expectancy test and she almost died when she heard the results.
Life expectancy calculator is 44 years. I'm 40.
So she went to the doctor to get her professional opinion, and the doctor just looked at her and said, girl, that test is probably right, but let's weigh you and see where you're at so we can get your weight loss surgery a-going so you don't die.
6:30. Okay, let's step down.
Anyway, Jazz is feeling horrible. She can barely move. It hurts for her to breathe even. As you can see, she was heavy breathing just to step on the scale.
Oh. Wow. Is that what you were expecting?
No, not at all.
No.
So Jazz is trying extremely hard, and I love that she's going to take some steps in the right direction. But the way that the doctor looked at her when she said she wasn't expecting that weight looks like she was saying, what the fuck did you expect, girl? You look like you're over 600 pounds. But the doctor gives her the goal for her to lose so that she can actually operate on her safely.
For the surgery, I want you to be around 500 pounds. So you do need to lose about 130 pounds before surgery.
Damn! If you want a visual of that amount of weight, that's a whole me.
That's a whole person.
Like this, me, it's on my body. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see my whole body? Like this, imagine this just rolling off of Jazz. But it's not gonna be rolling off. It's gonna be hard, heavy, and probably painful. But the only other option is to keep doing what she's doing, or...
If you don't get the weight loss surgery to lose weight, you will not survive for that long.
And now I'm wondering, is Nisha gonna lose weight? Because she might be able to still drive 2 hours to the beach just for some fried chicken and cheesy hot dogs, but she's not that far off from her roomie.
If Nisha decided to do this, would she have to lose weight? Why do this is your appointment.
Uh-oh.
If I wanted to have my appointment, I would have made a point.
I don't think she was planning on being in this conversation or wants to be in this conversation.
When was the last time you weighed yourself?
Like recently.
Recently?
Mm-hmm.
Lori, you're on.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I mean, she totally could have. She might not be lying, but I don't think the audience, me, the doctor, believed her. We all made the same face. Anyway, Nisha doesn't need the surgery. She doesn't need to step on the scale. This is Jazz's thing because Jazz is the one that is unhealthy. Nisha can still dance in the kitchen while standing.
Where my grades?
So Nisha, the one who seems to have absolutely zero interest in losing weight, cooks every single meal in this house. Wait, I'm not done. For Jazz, the same person where the doctor said, you're gonna die in a few years if you don't get it together and start eating better than you are now.
I try to cook healthy when I can, but sometimes we still love a good, fatty, delicious, indulgent meal.
Question to the thins, to the fats, to the musculars, to the curvies, to whoever's watching right now. If you were trying to get smaller, would you trust Nisha to cook your food? A follow-up question to my fat girlies, fat boysies, whoever you are. If you were on the brink of death because of your weight and you were out of breath, just taking a few steps on a scale. Would you trust Nisha to cook your food? Especially as she's layering up bacon on the pan to fry. But despite the fact that Nisha cooks, Jazz actually lost weight in her first month of on her path to not die. Why? Because she's taking and you guys know I am not against Ozempic, but what I am against are people just flopping out their gut, stinging out that needle and shoving it into their body, because I hate needles. Stop showing it to me. The world must conform to my specific needs. And they did it on this show. She literally flopped her gut out to show us how she be doing the needle in the gut thing. And we don't need to watch it. But it's working out greatly for Jazz.
Ooh, yes.
How much weight have you lost?
I'm down 40 pounds.
Period. Okay.
So Jasmine, she's doing it. She's losing the weight. And Nisha is getting stuck in play sets at her preschool job.
Can Miss Nisha go in the house with you guys?
An ongoing storyline in this show is that Nisha and her struggle with the church, her family was a part of a cult, and it really upsets her a lot. Really anything with religion is a huge trigger for Nisha, especially when her mom, who runs the daycare with her, and she tries to bring up past traumas, and her mama says,
"You got to get past it, babe. You
It
gotta
don't
just
matter.
keep it going, keep it moving."
I don't really find it to be the most interesting thing in the show, but I thought I would fit it in because it's very important to know that the church, religion, praying is a huge trigger for Nisha.
I didn't have a childhood. I didn't have a lot of things that I felt like I should have had.
So keep that in your head, shove it in, and let's get back to the weight loss. So Jazz wants to get active. She wants to get a moving, and the only problem is that she has to get into cars, and cars run kind of small.
They need to make cars for fat folk.
But she squeezes those booty cheeks in the car. Next roadblock though is getting from the car to the front door of the gym.
If you want me to go in here, you need to swivel this fishbowl around and pull me right here.
In this spot right here?
I need you to get as close as you can. Can you do that?
You will see that there's a lot of tension boiling up inside Nisha's body because Jazz, she pretty much has to do everything for Jazz. Drive her everywhere, cook her everywhere, get her things while Jazz is laying in the bed because she can't move and her legs hurt. And that little "can you do that" would just piss me off. Especially if I ain't trying to lose weight. Can I do that? Yeah, I can also not drive you. So fix the attitude, Jasmine. But she gets to the door with a lot of pain.
My leg hurt.
But all's okay because they get there and the class has already started. People are in the pool doing the exercises, and you know how many of you guys think that when you walk into the gym, everyone's gonna turn their head and start saying, "Fat, fat, fat, fat." And if they're not saying it, they're saying it in their head. Well, in this situation, nobody said fat, but everyone sure enough did stare at Jazz and look at her and probably say in their head, "Damn, that's a big woman." Because it's a whole process when you are this large. She's got to give her body a lot of momentum just to get out the wheelchair.
Don't fall.
She's got to declothe in front of everyone, and then she's got to walk, which is hard for her, with no shoes on, near a pool where there's probably water on the ground, thus increasing her chances of falling and breaking her ass and her knee and probably her foot. While Sandy's in the pool wading in the water having a great time, but at least she's with a professional who is confident and skilled on working with someone this size.
I haven't had the experience working with somebody over 500 pounds, and I'm very nervous that Jazz is not going to be able to make it into the pool.
Yeah, that's not this instructor's fault either. Most people are not this size, and most people, especially your run-of-the-mill aerobic trainer at a gym, is not going to know what to do with a person that's over 600 pounds. Anyway, she finds herself with one more roadblock to even start working out, entering the pool. She's got to slide her butt cheeks out the wheelchair, roll and shimmy her way to the edge of the pool so that she can just throw her body in, which is horrifying. That, I mean, like, she's scared, I would be scared, I would think that she's gonna hurt herself, it would just be a lot.
I want to go home.
I know this is a very sensitive event for Jazz, and it would be for me too, and I totally understand how she's feeling, but Nisha's face is that of a mother's or a father's whose child begged for pistachio ice cream. The parent warned them that they won't like it, but they begged and begged and begged, and the parent gave in, and then the child starts crying because they don't like it.
But I don't like pistachio!
Then why did you ask for it?
And Nisha's like, "Girl, Jazz, if you don't roll your ass in this pool." And Jazz did, literally. Jazz flopped on over from the wheelchair, rolled to the edge, booty cheeks all up in the air, feet to Nisha's face, and flopped on in. I just had to stand, and you can't see my face, and clap for her because I know that was a lot. But she did it. I mean, come on, it was a journey to just get there. The car, the parking lot, the chair, she was already on the floor. You might as well just roll on into the water. And once she got in, TLC gave us an underwater shot of what those booty cheeks can do. So now the girls want to get their hair done for Jazz's family dinner, but Nisha's car broke down. Hey, not one fat joke about two fat girls' car that broke down, okay? We don't know the reason why it broke. So what are they gonna do? Well, Nisha has this guy named Joel, where sometimes she sits her butt cheeks on his face, but Joel doesn't want to commit.
We're friends. But sometimes we do participate in adult activities.
Girl. Just say y'all humping.
You'll see him more in the next video, but I thought I would introduce him now. After the girls get their hair done, it's time for Jazz's family dinner, and the family have not seen Jazz for a while.
And I'm very scared because I know my grandparents, the first thing that's gonna be on their mind is Jazz not doing well. I gained a lot of weight. And I'm pushing the whole wheelchair.
I would be devastated if someone I didn't see for years walked kind of into the house so overweight that they have to be buckled over, leaning on a wheelchair to walk in. That is like the saddest thing, and it's horrifying, but that's not what the family is scared of or worried about or cares about. Nope, they've got not one but two platters of fried chicken, bread rolls and butter, potato salad, and I don't know what else. They just had a table full of food. Not worried about how Jazz just kind of like slowly walked in, crumbled over and in pain. What they are worried about is Nisha saying grace.
Okay.
I'd like to ask Nisha to say the grace.
Everyone there knew that Nisha has this traumatizing experience with religion. You know, Granny was being messy with that one. Second thing that they're worried about was Jazz not eating enough. So some auntie got up and said, baby, I see that you can't walk anymore and you're in immense amounts of pain and you're significantly bigger than the last time we saw you. So I will do my due diligence and make you an appropriate plate.
You know what? Did I get an extra plate? Because she's going to have some salad and all the whole works. She needs much more than this.
Oh, that's
Hooking you up, Jazz.
But Jazz has actually been having some issues with eating enough because the shot really just like tanked her appetite. And that's extremely problematic because Granny has a set of rules in her house that better never be broken.
If you put it on your plate, you gotta eat it.
I had to insert the most dramatic eye roll because that's how my grandma was, and I had no problem eating my food like in a normal like setting. But when I went to my grandma's house, because I didn't like her and she was horribly mean to me all the time, I made sure to never finish my food. I wouldn't even eat her food. And to grandmas of a certain age, that is the biggest insult you could do to them. And I knew that as a kid. And my grandma was just like Jazz's. You cannot leave the table until you finish everything on your plate. And my grandma was messy too. She made sure to give me extra food, but that was fun because I wouldn't budge. Take that, Grandma!
And I know that they're definitely gonna be suspicious. Like, what's going on?
Gotta let the cat out the bag. Literally catfish.
So now it's this big thing. Everyone's kind of like, why isn't Jazz eating her food like she normally does? She looks bigger. Obviously she can eat. So now Jazz is forced to tell everyone that she's going to get weight loss surgery because she doesn't want to die from being obese. And Granny almost has a heart attack from that.
Granny, I know your feelings about it, but I'm thinking about having weight loss surgery.
Oh, Jazz, you know how I feel about that.
And I agree that the surgery can be risky because any surgery can be risky, but the fact that Jazz is so scared of telling them.
I don't want my family disappointed in me.
And now they're having this huge dramatic discussion of the risks of surgery and the complications and the effects of surgery.
What I'm concerned about is something happening to her.
The rest.
Me and my doctor have a plan.
Granny did not start talking about the risks with a mouth full of fried chicken.
No, it's not worth for something that happened to my baby.
I'm triggered. I am so triggered. They got me. Jazz is over 600 pounds. These people look like they watch TV. They know what my 600-pound life is. They watched this woman get to over 600 pounds. She walked in, hunched over, on a wheelchair. They watched one of the aunties make her a plate full of fried chicken, biscuits, and gravy and dinner roll, and biscuits, and said absolutely nothing about the risks. Health or death until she said she's getting weight loss surgery. What the absolute fuck? She won't say it, but I absolutely will. Granny, shove it up your butt cheeks. Here's some coconut oil. I do not care how old these people are. Sometimes you just gotta tell them. I'm sure she means well, but no. That is my biggest trigger. Families that watch their family members get extremely obese and they start saying they're gonna do things to lose weight, and then they're all of a sudden talking about risks, health, and death. Whatever. Anyway, the episode ends with Jazz crying because she disappointed her family. And that's episode 2 of 1,000 Pound Roomie. Subscribe for next time because Jazz gets Nisha to try a healthy drink to motivate her to lose weight. Yeah, it doesn't go well. Do you want more reality shows? I have a second channel where we just talked about Love Island. You know, when a bunch of horny 20-something-year-olds find love wearing thong bikinis and the men flex their muscle. Let me tell you though, the conversations, they were deep, they were riveting. Taylor, aka Big Tex, is making sure Olandria knows what his main thing he looks for in a woman.
Big butt. Okay. And good toes, bro.
You know what? I want to see his feet again. What do your feet look like, sir?
I do got one black toe.
I already hear wedding bells. Come hang out with me some more by clicking up here or in the linked comment below. And I will see you guys in that video.
They say, girl, that's a lot of fries. We say, baby, we're supersized. Living life with a cheesecake smile. Having fun every single mile. We're the 1,000-pound girlies. Woo! Shaking up the world with a plate or two. Serving looks with dessert on deck. Confidence big.